Welcome back to the Old West Tales, where every story whispers secrets of love, heartbreak, and redemption. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Drop your location in the comments. I'm curious which part of the world my viewers are from. Sit back and let me take you on a journey that might just melt your heart tonight. Abigail Carter's back slammed against the massive glass window of the luxury railroad hotel suite. 30 floors of Denver glitter behind her, like scattered diamonds beneath the night sky. Colt Walker's hand rested beside her head. He wasn't touching her, never touching her without permission, but he stood close enough that she could smell leather, whiskey, and gunpowder lingering on his clothes. "Say it again," he whispered, his jaw tight. "I hate you." Her voice shook, but not from fear. Never from fear when it came to him. His laugh came low and dangerous. "Lie again, Abigail. I enjoy watching your eyes give you away." She shoved him hard. He didn't move. Of course he didn't. The man looked like he'd been carved from stone by somebody who hated anything soft. "You killed him," she said, her voice cracking. "You shot Marcus dead right in front of me. Marcus was planning to sell you to the Black River Gang to pay off his gambling debts. I have the receipts, the letters, and the proof. Would you like to see them, or shall we continue this little performance?" The air left her lungs. 6 months. She had known Marcus for 6 months. She had worked in a saloon outside Denver. He had convinced her she was safe. Safe enough for a woman trying to disappear from Atlanta and start over. He had seemed kind. Nervous, but kind. "You're lying." Colt pulled a folded stack of papers from his coat pocket while still blocking her path to the window. The documents showed coded messages, payment records, and even her photograph attached to a price. $300,000. Her knees nearly gave out beneath her. Before she could fall, Colt caught her. He lifted her effortlessly and carried her to a leather couch that probably cost more than everything she had ever owned. "Breathe," he ordered. He crouched in front of her. "In through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't tell me how to breathe. Then don't start hyperventilating in my hotel suite. The cleaning staff just finished." She wanted to hit him. She wanted to cry. More than anything. She wanted to go back 3 hours to when she was just a saloon girl who occasionally received outrageous tips from a handsome outlaw in expensive suits. "Why did you bring me here?" "Because somebody else knows about Marcus's deal. They'll come for you tonight. Maybe sooner. Then take me to the law." His smile could have cut steel. "Sweetheart, half the lawmen in this territory work for my family. The other half work for the Black River Gang. There's no safety in Denver except what you build yourself or what somebody builds for you. And you're offering to build it for me out of the goodness of your heart? I don't have a good heart. I have an efficient one." He stood and poured whiskey into 2 crystal glasses. "You have something I want. I have something you need. I'm proposing a trade." She shouldn't have taken the drink. She took it anyway. The whiskey burned perfectly. "What could I possibly have that you want?" "Your face. Your name, your American citizenship." He sat across from her, completely relaxed despite the blood still staining his collar. "There's a woman in San Francisco named Sarah Collins. She has information I need regarding a shipment arriving next month. She refuses to deal with railroad men after a bad experience with her former husband, but she's looking for an assistant. Somebody new in town. Somebody American she can trust. You want me to spy for you? I want you to work for her, earn her confidence, then tell me when and where the shipment arrives." He took a sip from his glass. 4 weeks, maybe 5, then you disappear with enough money to start over anywhere in the world." He paused. "Or you can walk out that door right now and see how long you survive." Abigail drained her whiskey. The room spun slightly. Maybe it was the alcohol. Maybe it was her entire life tipping sideways. "If I say yes, what's stopping you from killing me when I'm finished?" "Nothing." The answer came immediately. "You'll have to trust me." She laughed bitterly. "Trust an outlaw? That's your plan. Trust that I keep my word." He leaned forward. "I warned you Marcus would hurt you." "He did." "I told you I'd handle it." "I did." Colt rested his elbows on his knees. "I don't make promises I can't keep, Abigail. That's bad for business." Every instinct told her to run, but she had been running for years. Running since Atlanta. Running since the trial. running since the district attorney told her witness protection was uncertain and survival was mostly luck. Denver had seemed far enough away, different enough. She had been wrong. One condition, she finally said. You tell me the truth. Always. I don't care how ugly it is. No more surprises. Agreed. Starting now. Starting now. He stared at her for a long moment. Then you should know the Black River Gang isn't the only organization looking for you. Her stomach tightened. What does that mean? Someone inside my organization leaked your location. He looked away briefly. I have 3 suspects. Until I know which one betrayed me, nowhere is safe except by my side. She laughed. The sound was brittle. By your side? You mean as your prisoner. Protected. Same thing from where I'm sitting. His pocket watch chain rattled as something buzzed against his vest. He checked the message. Something flashed across his face. Too fast for her to read. He stood immediately. Get up. What? We're leaving. Why? Because I just received a telegram from my dead brother. Abigail froze. What? We have approximately 4 minutes before this building becomes very loud and very dangerous. He grabbed her hand and pulled her toward the private elevator. Her heart slammed against her ribs. Your brother died 2 years ago. So I thought. The train explosion. They never found a body. The elevator doors slid open. He shoved her inside. Pressed a button for the carriage level. Abigail obeyed automatically. The elevator began descending. What did the telegram say? Colt showed her the message. For simple words. She's not the target. Abigail stared at the paper. Then who is? For the first time since she had met him, she saw fear in Colt Walker's eyes. Me! The elevator shuddered violently before coming to an abrupt stop. The lights flickered. Abigail felt her stomach tighten. That's not the carriage level, she whispered. Colt's expression hardened. No, this is the 15th floor. Maintenance level. A revolver appeared in his hand, as though it had materialized from thin air. Stay behind me. His voice became deadly calm. Don't make a sound. He glanced at her. And Abigail. Yeah. If I tell you to run, you run. The revolver remained steady in his hand. You don't look back. You don't wait for me. You just run. The elevator doors slid open before she could answer. The maintenance floor was nearly black. Only emergency lanterns cast dim red light through the corridor. Everything looked soaked in blood. And standing in the middle of the hallway was a man who looked exactly like Colt Walker, only younger, softer. A scar split his left eyebrow. He stood smiling, as though this were a family reunion. Hello, little brother. The smile widened. Miss me? Colt's revolver never moved. Jesse. His voice was stone. You're supposed to be dead. Jesse laughed. Funny thing about death. He took a step forward. Sometimes it's negotiable. His eyes drifted toward Abigail. Well, now. He whistled softly. You must be the insurance policy. Abigail felt a chill run through her body. Jesse looked her up and down. Lord. Colt wasn't exaggerating. You're even prettier than the photographs. He looked back at his brother. Does she know what you really want her for? His grin widened. Or are we still pretending? Abigail's stomach dropped. What is he talking about? Don't listen to him. Colt's voice remained calm. Too calm. Yet Abigail noticed something. His hand trembled. Barely. But it trembled. Jesse noticed too. He laughed harder. Oh, this is priceless. He stepped closer. The red emergency light painted his face in shades of crimson. You didn't tell her. He pointed at Colt. You magnificent bastard. You actually convinced her this was all about Sarah Collins. Shut your mouth. Sarah Collins has been dead for 3 weeks. The words echoed through the hallway. Abigail stared. What? Overdose in a luxury hotel in San Francisco. Jesse pulled a cigarette from his pocket. He lit it with a silver lighter. The flame flashed red. Very tragic. Smoke drifted from his lips. Very convenient. His gaze locked on Colt. But you already knew that, didn't you? Silence. Jesse smiled. Because you're the one who ordered it. The world tilted beneath Abigail's feet. She grabbed the elevator railing for support. You promised me the truth. Colt never lowered his revolver, never took his eyes off Jesse. Sarah died. His jaw tightened. My information changed. The plan changed. Abigail stared at him. Then why am I here? Jesse answered before Colt could. Because you're bait. He smiled. Premium-grade American bait. Abigail's blood turned cold. Bait for who? The biggest fish west of the Mississippi. Jesse flicked ash onto the floor. Your father? Everything stopped. The air. Her heartbeat. Time itself. My father is dead. That's what your mother told you. Jesse took another drag from his cigarette. Ray Carter didn't die. He exhaled slowly. He disappeared. Abigail could barely breathe. What are you talking about? 18 years ago, your father stole $40 million from the Iron Horse Syndicate. Jesse's smile vanished. He killed 6 men while doing it. He vanished underground and spent nearly 2 decades building an empire nobody knew existed. He pointed directly at her. And the only thing he has ever truly cared about is the daughter he left behind. Abigail shook her head. No, but memories flooded back. An old photograph. A face her mother burned when Abigail was 12. A ghost she had stopped believing in. Jesse kept talking. Marcus wasn't watching you by accident. What? Someone paid him $50,000 to keep track of you. Abigail felt sick. Your schedule. Jesse counted on his fingers. Your favorite coffee. Where you slept. Who you talked to. Everything. He smiled again. Because your father's enemies figured out something very important. Abigail couldn't look away. What? Find the daughter. His eyes gleamed. Find the father. The corridor fell silent. Colt finally spoke. That's enough. Jesse laughed. Is it? He pointed at Abigail. I think she deserves the whole story. His gaze shifted back to Colt. Step 1. Save her from Marcus and look like a hero. Abigail's heart sank. Step 2. Earn her trust. Step 3. Use her to lure Ray Carter out of hiding. Step 4. Jesse's smile became vicious. Kill them both and take everything he built. The silence became unbearable. Jesse spread his hands dramatically. How am I doing so far, little brother? Colt raised the revolver slightly. You missed the part where I shoot you. Temper. Jesse shook his head. You always were emotional. He stepped closer. That's why Father put me in charge. Then he smiled. Oh, wait. His eyes sparkled with amusement. Father isn't dead either. Abigail froze. What? The train explosion was fake. Jesse grinned. I lied. He pointed upward. He's upstairs right now. His voice became almost cheerful. Waiting to meet the girl who's about to make us the most powerful family in America. Abigail moved before thinking. She spun and lunged toward the stairwell door. Colt caught her wrist instantly. She fought against him. Let me go. There are 4 gunmen in that stairwell. His grip never tightened. Yet she couldn't break free. You won't make it past the first landing. Better than staying with you. She yanked harder. Nothing. Jesse clapped slowly. Well, he laughed. She definitely hates you now. His grin widened. Family dinners are going to be awkward. Why are you here, Jesse? Colt's voice remained cold. Just a gloat? No. Jesse's smile faded. I'm here because Father wants to make a deal. He pointed toward Abigail. Give us the girl. His gaze locked on Colt. And walk away alive. Abigail stared. Jesse continued. $10 million. A fresh identity. A clean passport. And permission to disappear forever. Silence. Then Jesse's expression hardened. Or refuse. His hand slipped beneath his coat. And we take her anyway. His eyes never left Colt. You died knowing you threw away everything for a lie. A bell chimed behind them. The elevator. The doors opened. 3 armed men stepped out. Professional. Silent. Deadly. Colt's grip tightened on Abigail's wrist for a brief moment. Then he released her. Slowly. He lowered his revolver. It hit the floor with a metallic clatter. Jesse smiled. Smart choice. Abigail stared at Colt. She couldn't tell whether he had surrendered or whether he had just started a much larger game. The three gunmen surrounded them without speaking. Their revolvers remained trained on Colt and Abigail as Jesse motioned for everyone to move. "Let's go." Nobody argued. They traveled through corridors Abigail had never seen before. Hidden hallways, private passages, locked doors that opened with keys Jesse seemed to produce out of thin air. Colt walked beside her in silence. His face showed nothing. No fear, no anger, no regret, just cold stillness. Abigail wanted answers. She wanted to demand whether any of it had been real. The concern, the protection, the way he looked at her. But armed men were poor company for conversations. Eventually they stopped outside a heavy oak door marked private. Jesse knocked twice, then entered without waiting. The room beyond was smaller than Colt's suite, yet somehow far more intimidating. Dark oak walls, heavy leather furniture, the smell of cigar smoke, and old money. Behind a massive desk sat a man who looked remarkably like Colt might look 30 years from now. Silver streaks touched his hair. His face was older, harder, but the resemblance was unmistakable. The man's eyes lifted. "Colt." His voice sounded like warm whiskey wrapped around cold steel. "It's been too long. 3 months. Colt's reply was immediate. "Since you tried to have me killed in Cheyenne." The older man smiled. "That was business." His gaze shifted. "This is family." Then he looked at Abigail. She felt the weight of his stare instantly. Calculating, measuring, evaluating. And this must be Ray Carter's little girl. A slow smile appeared. "My God!" His eyes narrowed. "You have his eyes." He leaned back comfortably. "He's going to cry when he sees you." Abigail clenched her fists. "I don't know what game you're all playing." The old man chuckled. "But my father is dead." "No." The smile never left his face. "Your father is very much alive." He pointed behind her. "In fact, he's standing right behind you." Abigail spun around. The man in the doorway was American, mid-50s, tall, powerfully built despite his age. Gray touched his temples. A scar ran along his jaw. His expensive suit barely concealed a revolver hanging at his hip, but none of that mattered, because his eyes matched hers perfectly. Dark brown, speckled with gold. The same eyes she saw in the mirror every morning. The stranger smiled sadly. "Hello, baby girl." Abigail's knees nearly gave out. No, impossible. Yet somehow she knew. She knew before he spoke another word. Ray Carter. The name escaped her lips like a prayer. Her father nodded. "I know you have questions." His expression hardened. "But first we need to discuss the man who's been lying to you since the day you met him." His eyes moved toward Colt. There was pity there, and contempt. "Did he tell you what happened in Denver all those years ago?" Colt's jaw tightened. "Don't." Ray ignored him. "Did he tell you what happened the night your mother and I ran?" "Don't." This time Colt's voice cracked. Actually cracked. Abigail had never heard weakness from him before. Ray stepped forward. He was there. Silence swallowed the room. He was 10 years old. Ray pointed directly at Colt. "He watched from a doorway while his father put a gun against your mother's head." Abigail stared. The room felt suddenly too small. "My father gave me a choice." Ray's voice turned bitter. "The money or her life?" He swallowed. "I chose the money." His eyes burned into Colt. "And Colt Walker spent the next 20 years becoming exactly like the monster who forced me to make that choice." Abigail's head spun. Nothing made sense anymore. Then Ray reached inside his coat. He removed an old photograph. Folded, worn, he handed it to her. The picture showed a young woman. Beautiful, smiling, holding a newborn baby. Abigail's breath caught. Her mother. "What is this?" Ray's voice became softer, more dangerous. "Your mother didn't die in Atlanta." Abigail looked up sharply. "What?" "She died here." The words hit harder than any bullet. 6 months after we escaped. Ray's hands clenched. "She came back to negotiate our safety." His eyes drifted toward the old railroad boss. "Walker had her killed." The room fell silent. Ray continued. "He made it look like suicide." Abigail felt sick. The photograph trembled in her hands. Then Ray pointed toward Colt, the baby in that picture. Abigail looked down. The infant wrapped in blankets. The tiny face. The dark hair. The baby your mother died protecting. Ray's gaze locked onto Colt. That's him. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Ray spoke slowly, carefully, every word like a hammer. Colt Walker is not Harlan Walker's son. The old railroad boss finally frowned. For the first time, Ray pointed to himself. He's mine. The photograph slipped from Abigail's fingers. It drifted slowly to the floor. The silence became unbearable. No. Colt's voice barely existed. Ray nodded. Yes. His expression held no mercy. Your mother and I had an affair. The confession landed like dynamite. It was brief, stupid, dangerous. When she became pregnant, Harlan found out. Ray looked toward the old man. He could have killed her. The old railroad king remained silent. Instead, Ray continued. But he was smarter than that. He kept the boy. He raised him. He turned him into a weapon. Ray's voice sharpened, and he made sure Colt grew up hating everything I represented. His eyes shifted between Abigail and Colt. It worked. The words echoed through the room. It worked perfectly. Then he sighed. Until he met you. Abigail couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't think. The man she had spent months fighting feelings for. The man who haunted her thoughts. The man who had looked at her like she was the only honest thing left in his world. Her brother. Half-brother. The difference hardly mattered. Nausea surged through her stomach. Colt looked like a ghost. His face had gone completely white. Prove it. The words barely escaped him. DNA. His voice cracked again. Something. Ray reached into his coat. He unfolded another document. I already did. The room seemed to tilt. I've been watching both of you for 2 years. He looked directly at Colt. I collected samples. His gaze shifted to Abigail. From both of you. Then he placed the paperwork on the desk. 99.9% certainty. Silence. Absolute silence. Congratulations. Loud. Cool. Uncontrollable. This is better than a traveling show. He wiped a tear from his eye. Anybody want popcorn? Nobody laughed. Not even Harlan Walker. Because every life in the room had just shattered. And Abigail realized a nightmare was only beginning. The silence that followed felt alive. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Abigail stood frozen in the center of the room, while the truth crushed everything she thought she knew. Her father was alive. Her mother had been murdered. And Colt Walker, the man she had spent months trying not to love, was her brother, half-brother. The distinction didn't make the pain any easier. Colt stared at the documents on the desk, as though they might suddenly transform into something else, something less devastating. But they remained exactly what they were. Proof. Absolute proof. Harlan Walker finally broke the silence. Touching. The old railroad king leaned back in his chair. Tragic. His expression showed no emotion. But we still have business. Ray Carter's eyes narrowed. I want my daughter. Of course you do. Harlan folded his hands. And what else? Ray stepped forward. I want every name connected to my wife's murder. Silence. I want records. Locations. Evidence. His voice hardened. And every man involved. Jesse let out a low whistle. That's half the organization. Then you'll have plenty of room for promotions. Ray's smile was sharp as a Bowie knife. Those are my terms. Harlan studied him for several moments. You've waited 18 years for this. Every day. Ray's answer came instantly. Every single day. Abigail watched the two old enemies stare at each other. Neither blinked. Neither looked away. Finally, Jesse stepped forward. A revolver suddenly appeared in his hand. So here's a better idea. The room tensed. We kill both of you. His gun pointed directly at Ray. And take what we want. Ray didn't even look at the weapon. You can try. Jesse's smile faltered. Ray continued. There are 15 of my men inside this building. The room grew quieter. and 3 lockboxes filled with evidence about every illegal operation this family has conducted during the last decade. His eyes remained fixed on Jesse. If I fail to check in every 12 hours, copies go to federal marshals, Pinkerton agents, and every governor west of the Mississippi. Jesse's confidence faded, just slightly, but Abigail noticed. Harlan noticed too. The old railroad boss sighed. You've planned this well. 18 years gives a man plenty of time. For the first time, Harlan looked annoyed. Then Ray turned toward Abigail. His expression softened. I know you hate me. She didn't answer. You should. His eyes were wet. I earned it. The room fell silent. But I'm asking you to trust me one more time. He extended a hand. Come with me. Abigail stared at it. Let me get you somewhere safe. His voice shook slightly. Then if you never want to see me again, I won't stop you. She should have taken his hand. Every logical thought told her to, but her feet wouldn't move, because her eyes drifted toward Colt. He stood motionless, broken. The strongest man she had ever known suddenly looked destroyed. What about him? The question escaped before she could stop it. Ray's face hardened again. He stays. Abigail felt a knot form in her stomach. He works off his betrayal. Ray's voice carried no sympathy. Maybe he lives long enough to forgive himself. His eyes shifted toward Colt, though I doubt it. The silence stretched. Then Abigail spoke. I need a minute. We don't have a minute. Jesse sounded irritated. Then make one. Every head turned toward her. Even she was surprised by the steel in her own voice. I'm not moving until I get answers. Jesse laughed. Or what? She pointed directly at Ray. If you shoot me, you lose your leverage. Silence. Harlan smiled. For the first time all night. Smart girl. His voice softened, just like her mother. He leaned back. Fine. One finger tapped the desk. 1 minute. Abigail turned toward Colt. The room disappeared. For a moment, it was only the two of them. Did you feel it? Colt looked confused. When we met, her voice barely rose above a whisper. Did you feel like something was wrong? His eyes closed. For several seconds, he said nothing. Then, yes. The answer hit harder than she expected. Then why didn't you stop? Pain crossed his face. Real pain. Because I thought it was guilt. His voice sounded exhausted. I thought it was conscience. His eyes opened. They were the last pieces of humanity I thought I still had. The honesty nearly broke her. I thought if I protected you. His voice cracked. If I saved you. His gaze dropped. Maybe I could become something other than what they made me. Abigail felt tears gathering. Colt shook his head. I was wrong. The words barely escaped him. I'm exactly what they made me. He looked away. A monster who almost... But you didn't. The room froze. Even Abigail seemed surprised she had spoken. Colt looked up. You didn't touch me. Her voice remained steady. You didn't lie about the important things. She took a step closer. And when you had the chance to use me, her eyes locked onto his. You hesitated. The silence became unbearable. Monsters don't hesitate. Ray stepped forward immediately. Amanda, my name is Abigail. The correction came sharply. The room fell silent again. She continued staring at Colt. I need to know one thing. His expression never changed. If you'd known from the beginning... Her voice trembled. If you'd known the truth... A long pause followed, one that seemed to last forever. Then Colt answered, yes. The room froze. Ray's hand moved toward his revolver. Jesse smirked. Harlan watched carefully. But Colt never looked away from Abigail. Not for revenge. His voice remained calm. Not for money. Not for territory. He swallowed. Not for any of it. The room was silent enough to hear breathing. Just because the thought of someone hurting you made me want to burn the world down. Everything changed. Instantly, Ray moved faster than anyone expected. A revolver appeared in his hand. That's enough. The gun pointed directly at Colt. We're leaving? I don't think so. The voice came from the doorway. Young, female, confident. Everyone turned. The girl couldn't have been older than 19. Dark hair, sharp eyes, dangerous smile. She carried a ledger book under one arm. "Hello, Father." Ray went pale, for the first time all night, completely pale. The young woman smiled. Surprise? Her gaze swept across the room. "I'm not dead either." Silence. Nobody understood. Then she tossed the ledger onto the desk. "And I've been recording every word spoken in this room." Abigail's stomach dropped. The girl smiled wider. "Federal marshals are going to love this." Ray whispered one name. "Sarah." The girl laughed. Sarah Collins was a cover name. Her eyes glittered. "My real name is Mary Carter." She looked directly at Abigail and smiled. "Hello, sister." The room exploded. Ray fired first. The shot thundered through the office. Mary dove aside. Jesse drew both revolvers. Gunmen rushed forward. Furniture overturned. Glass shattered. Screams echoed. Colt grabbed Abigail and threw her behind a massive desk. Just as bullets ripped through the room, the world became chaos. Smoke, gunfire, blood, shouting. Abigail slammed into floor hard enough to knock the breath from her lungs. Above her, revolvers roared like cannon fire. Men screamed. Wood splintered. The room had become a battlefield. And somewhere in the middle of it all, a family that had spent 18 years hunting each other was finally tearing itself apart. The office became a war zone. Gunfire thundered from every direction. Smoke filled the air. Splintered wood and shattered glass rained across the room as men fought for their lives. Abigail lay behind the overturned desk, struggling to breathe. Everywhere she looked was chaos. Jesse Walker had taken a bullet through the shoulder and collapsed against the wall. Several gunmen lay motionless on the floor. Harlan Walker clutched his leg, blood soaking through his expensive trousers. Ray Carter knelt behind a chair with a revolver in one hand. And standing directly in front of Abigail was Colt Walker. Blood spread across his white shirt. A bullet had found him, yet somehow he remained standing. His revolver stayed fixed on Mary Carter. "You're bleeding," Abigail whispered. "I've had worse." He never looked away from Mary. Mary smiled calmly, the smile of someone who believed she had already won. "I want what everyone in this room wants," she announced. "Power, money, revenge." Her eyes settled on Ray. "And I want my father to know what it feels like to lose everything." She raised a ledger. "Here's what happens next." The room fell silent. "Ray Carter goes to prison." She smiled. "The evidence I've gathered will guarantee it." Her gaze shifted toward Harlan. "The Walker Empire collapses." Then she looked directly at Abigail. "And Abigail comes with me." "No." The answer came simultaneously from both Colt and Ray. Mary laughed. "That wasn't a request." She took a step forward. "You see, Abigail isn't just Ray Carter's daughter." The lights suddenly went out. Every single one. Darkness swallowed the room. Absolute darkness. Gunfire stopped instantly. No one could see. No one knew who was standing where. Then Abigail felt a hand seize hers. Strong. Familiar. A voice whispered in her ear. "Trust me one last time." Before she could answer, she was running. Through darkness. Through confusion. Pulled by someone she couldn't see. Voices shouted behind them. Boots pounded across marble floors. Flashlights clicked on somewhere in the distance. The hand guided her through hidden corridors, down narrow hallways, around blind corners. Finally, they reached a stairwell. "Count 12 steps," the voice whispered. "Colt." It was Colt. Definitely Colt. "You cut the power?" Emergency override. His breathing sounded strained. "Painful. The wound. Can you drive?" "Yes." "Good." His grip tightened. "Black stagecoach in carriage base 7. What about you?" Silence. Then, "I'm staying." Abigail stopped. "No. Someone has to finish this." "You'll die." "Probably." The answer came too easily. The stairwell fell silent. Then Colt spoke again. "Abigail." Her throat tightened. "Yeah. I meant what I said." His voice was barely above a whisper. "About burning the world down." She closed her eyes. If I'd known the truth from beginning, he swallowed, I would have done everything exactly the same. Pain filled every word. Except I would have made sure you hated me from the start. The backup generators suddenly roared to life. Dim yellow light flooded the stairwell. Colt stepped away, already moving back toward the gunfire, toward certain death. Abigail reached for him, but he was gone. Only a trail of blood remained. She ran, down flights of stairs, through service corridors, into the carriage garage beneath the hotel. Carriage Bay 7, just as he promised. A black stagecoach waited. The keys hung beneath the driver's seat. She climbed aboard and almost escaped. Almost. The click of a revolver stopped her. Very clever. Mary's voice echoed through the garage. Abigail turned. Mary stood 20 feet away, alone, revolver steady, ledger tucked beneath one arm. He must really care about you. The young woman smiled. Too bad it won't matter. You need me alive. Mary's smile widened. Do I? That's what you were about to tell everyone upstairs. Abigail stepped backward. I'm valuable. Silence. Then Mary nodded. Very. She lowered the revolver slightly. Your father didn't just steal money. Her eyes glittered. He stole access to every hidden account controlled by the Iron Horse Syndicate. Abigail frowned. What does that have to do with me? Everything. Mary smiled. The accounts are locked. She pointed toward Abigail's hand. And the only key is your fingerprint. The world seemed to stop again. No. Yes. Mary's expression became cold. Your father registered you before he disappeared. She raised the revolver once more. Which makes you the most valuable woman in America. Silence. Then Abigail did something reckless. Something desperate. Something completely insane. She smiled. I already emptied the accounts. Mary blinked. What? 3 hours ago. The lie came naturally. Every dollar. She shrugged. Donated to a children's hospital in Atlanta. For the first time all night, Mary looked shocked, and that was enough. Abigail threw herself into the driver's seat. Gunshots exploded. Glass shattered. The horses bolted. The carriage surged forward. Mary fired again. A bullet tore through the rear panel. But Abigail didn't stop. She burst through the garage exit and disappeared into the sleeping streets of Denver. Behind her, the empire burned. The Walker family, the Carter family, the Iron Horse Syndicate, the Black River Gang, all collapsing together. Hours later, she stopped beside an abandoned road outside the city. Exhausted, broken, alone that a small packet sat beneath the seat, left there by Colt. Inside was money, a new identity that travel documents, and a handwritten note. The handwriting was unmistakable. Abigail, if you're reading this, then you escaped. Good. By now, everyone will be hunting someone else. That's the only gift I can still give you. Your father will survive. He always does. Harlan will survive too. Men like him never die when they deserve to. As for me, don't waste your life wondering. Live. Find somewhere quiet. Find someone kind. Find the life neither of us ever had. And if anyone asks about Colt Walker, tell them he finally lost a fight. There was no signature. There didn't need to be. Abigail folded the note carefully. For a long time, she sat alone beneath the stars, thinking about her mother, her father, the family she never knew, and the man she could never have. Finally, as dawn broke across the western horizon, she climbed back onto the driver's seat. The horses began moving. The road stretched endlessly ahead. For the first time in years, nobody knew where she was going. And for the first time in years, neither did she. But she was free. The sun rose over the American frontier as Abigail Carter disappeared into the distance, leaving behind a trail of secrets, blood, betrayal, and lost love. And somewhere far behind her, in a city still recovering from one violent night, the legend of Colt Walker came to an end. Or so everyone believed. Top of form, bottom of form. I love all of you, my wonderful audience of Wild West Tales. Tell me how this story made you feel. Leave a comment below. Type 1 if you love this story. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more epic tales from the wild.